crimson shadows, silent, forbidden, dangerous. The city of Ravenhurst pulsed with life beneath a dark sky. Neon signs flickered and reflected in rain-slicked streets, while the air smelled of wet asphalt, exhaust, and something faintly metallic, the temps of blood. The city's heartbeat was steady, unaware that shadows moved with intelligence, stalking, calculating. Isla moved within those shadows like a ghost. By day, she blended into the crowded streets as a simple apothecary assistant, mixing herbs, ointments, and remedies for humans, oblivious to the predator walking among them. By night, she became something else, a creature of grace and lethal precision, leaping from rooftops, disappearing into alleyways, feeding not out of hunger alone, but instinct. She had survived centuries, but in the last decade, she had learned a new kind of patience, the patience of hiding, waiting, and observing. The arrival of the hunter. One stormy night, the stillness of her hunt was shattered by Damien Carrow, a man with eyes like storm clouds, movements sharp, deliberate. He carried hidden weapons and an ancestry stained by centuries of vampire hunting. Their first encounter was almost fatal. Isla was stalking a careless human in an alley when Damien appeared from the shadows, silver-tipped blade catching dim neon light. "Careful," Damien hissed, his voice precise. Isla's fangs caught the glow of the street lamp. "Or you'll get yourself killed," she replied, not a tremor in her tone. Neither moved for a long heartbeat. Both sensed the invisible thread connecting predator and hunter. Danger had never felt so electric. Tension and temptation. Over nights that bled into weeks, Damien followed Isla. He documented her movements, studied her patterns. She left subtle traces, a streak of crimson in abandoned warehouses, the faint smell of her perfume mingling with iron, the echo of her presence on rain-soaked rooftops. "You're clever," Damien admitted one night as he cornered her on a fire escape. "Clever enough to survive," she said, her eyes gleaming with centuries of secrets. Their encounters became a dangerous dance, predator and hunter circling, testing boundaries, each encounter thrilling, terrifying, intoxicating. Every close call left them breathless, every word charged with an unspoken pull. Revelations in the cathedral. Damien eventually led her to the abandoned cathedral, a forgotten relic of faith and fear. Its walls were covered in murals from centuries past, humans hunting vampires, battles etched in crimson, immortal eyes staring from every corner. "Your ancestors weren't always hunters," Isla whispered, tracing the murals. "They protected the bloodline once, guardians of vampires, not executioners." Damien's expression faltered. "Then why the hunt?" She stepped closer, letting her hand brush his. "Hatred is easier than remembering the truth." Suddenly, a thunderclap shook the cathedral. Rain streaked through the broken stained-glass windows, painting them in red and gold. The air smelled of wet stone, blood, and memory. The choice between trust and survival. Outside, the city throbbed with oblivious life. Inside, the storm mirrored their hearts. "You can leave," Isla whispered. "Walk away and forget tonight, and let you roam free." Damien asked. Or learn to trust me, she said. The tension cracked. Centuries of conflict and blood feuds teetered between them. Damien's eyes softened, just slightly. A crack in the armor of his inherited hatred. I don't know if I can trust you, he admitted. Then don't, she said. Trust me enough to survive. Lightning illuminated the cathedral's broken arches. Shadows flickered, carrying the whispers of the past, promises, betrayals, love and revenge. Flashbacks of blood and memory. In her mind, Isla relived fragments. Centuries ago, she had been a noble woman, betrayed by her family, hunted and cursed to roam the world in darkness. Damien's ancestors had been protectors once, tasked to defend the innocent vampires. But pride and vengeance had twisted them into hunters. She remembered faces she had long forgotten, friends, enemies, and loves lost to time. Every life left a scar, every memory a chain. And now Damien, his eyes familiar in a way that unsettled her, was the living echo of both past and future. Predator and hunter, they walked together into the neon-lit streets of Ravenhurst. Shadows stretched long beneath the flickering city lights. The storm had passed, leaving the world wet and gleaming. Neither vampire nor hunter was fully trusted. Neither fully surrendered. Yet, in the fragile pause between their fates, there was connection, a shared heartbeat, the possibility of something neither had expected. Somewhere in the alleys, the city whispered secrets too old to name, and as the moon rose, a crimson sliver breaking through clouds, the predator and the hunter knew. The bloodline, the hunt, and the shadows would continue. But maybe, just maybe, together.